OTAs are underway, and I'm going to tell you why the Tennessee Titans look like they're going to be a decent team in 2016. You're watching James Carter TV.
217 on the track, man.
Yeah. Looking like a trouble when I walked in the building. That mean I got something expensive. Know my friends, they killing. All these hoes I'm killing.
Hello and welcome. This is James Carter TV, and today we're going to be discussing the headlines that have come out of the Tennessee Titans OTA off-season training period that has just pretty much been underway for the past 2 weeks now. They're nearing the end of it. They still have a couple more weekends and whatnot, but I think the big headlines, have come out already. I want to talk about them. Let's start with the rookies. We had a big rookie class coming in, 2016 NFL draft class. 10 rookies coming in, and even more undrafted rookies coming into this football team, and they're going to make an impact early and often, and they're really going to set the tone for this football team for years to come. Let's talk about the rookie standouts. Wide receiver, 5th round pick, Tajae Sharpe, in 7th round cornerback Kalan Reed. Remember, when I made my Tennessee Titans 2016 NFL draft recap, in that video, I gave the 2 highest grades to guess who? Tajae Sharpe and Kalan Reed. I knew that they were great picks when we picked them, and they've proven to be just that. I gave an A for picking Tajae Sharpe, and I gave an A+ for picking Kendall Wright, and these two have stood out so far. 5th round pick Tajae Sharpe, is already getting first team reps for the wide receivers. This is big. Now, yes, this doesn't mean he's going to start, okay? I'm not saying he's going to start, but the fact that you can take a guy in the 5th round of the draft, he can come in and he can actually get starter reps in OTAs. We're not even in training camp yet. I mean, I remember people or players like Keenan Allen, or even on our team, Justin Hunter, they couldn't even get on the field in training camp. They really had to build the way and go up the roster. Guys like Jalen Strong taken last year couldn't even play until mid-season. This guy's already getting first-team reps, already getting reps in with quarterback Marcus Mariota, developing a rapport and chemistry with the starting quarterback. This is big, but it also serves as a little bit of an indictment against our wide receivers, because why is Dorial Green-Beckham and why is Rashard Matthews and why is Kendall Wright letting opportunities just go to other players like this? No one is solidifying themselves, from what I'm seeing, as a number 1 wide receiver, someone that demands first team reps every single rep. Every single rep, I'm a first team guy, forget it. We don't have that guy right now. And again, that's why I thought we should have drafted a wide receiver high in this draft. We didn't do it, but it's nice to see Tajae Sharpe showing out, getting first-team reps, getting high praise from Marcus Mariota. Today, he said, Tajae Sharpe, the rookie, as he said, but we knew we were talking about Tajae Sharpe. He said the rookie's been killing it. We're hearing Mike Mulkey raving about his route-running abilities, and we knew that. You put on the film, you can see him at UMass. His routes are absolutely stupendous. The only issues with this guy is he isn't a great athlete, and maybe he's a little skinny, but he's already a better wide receiver than Justin Hunter. I'll tell you that right now. So Justin Hunter, you have a job that you need to be looking out for, because, man, you better pick up the newspaper and start looking at some job openings in the Nashville area, because I don't think you're going to have one soon. Believe that. We move on to the cornerback, Kalan Reed, 7th round pick, Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the 2016 NFL draft overall, not just for the Tennessee Titans. And this is yet another guy that has been performing well in the OTA periods, been getting his hands on some balls, showing a good ability to not only cover, but have good awareness for what's going on the field and around him, learning the playbook well. You're hearing Mike Mulkey rave about him, saying he's much better than we expected him to be. I thought this was a great pick. I gave it an A+ when they did it. I think he's already better than LaShawn Sims, the 5th round corner that we took, and I knew that was going to happen. I mean, he was a better prospect, Kalan Reed was. I mean, if you watch the film, you knew this. So, again, I know what I'm talking about. I mean, let's call it what it is. I give these guys an A and an A+, and guess what? They're the rookies everyone is talking about out of these OTAs. We move on to other rookie headlines. Kevin Dodd, injured, gets a little bit of an injury coming out of the early OTA periods. He should be ready for training camp though, but this will slightly hinder his ability to perform well early in the season. But the good thing is that this year we have a bunch of second round picks, right? We have 3 of them. In years past, having a second round pick being out right now, that would frighten you. But the good thing is we have 2 other second round picks that is just fine. That's a nice luxury of having multiple second round picks. So, yeah, we hope to get him back healthy and whatnot. But I thought this was a luxury pick when we picked him because he's not going to play much. Okay, he's just not. You have Brian Arakpo, you have Derek Morgan. You hope that they're going to be good, and they will. So he's not going to play much anyway. I disagree with the pick. He's a good player. Kevin Dodd is a good player, but I thought it was a luxury pick. So the fact that he's injured really doesn't hurt this football team much because we already have 2 starters, which is why I wouldn't have taken him. We move on. Derrick Henry. You saw the video. I'm sure you did. If you didn't go to Twitter, go to Paul Kowalski's Twitter. This guy, Derrick Henry, had some footwork issues during one drill, but you look beyond that, he's been really good in these OTAs, in the rookie minicamp. Been pretty impressive. DeMarco Murray, for what I've been reading and hearing, has been blowing him out of the water. So DeMarco Murray will be starting this year. Forget about that. But Derrick Henry looks like definitely a nice compliment and definitely an upgrade over Antonio Andrews and Bishop Sankey. Bishop Sankey, by the way, has been looking better in these OTAs, may actually hold on to his job. Look out! Maybe we didn't draft a complete and utter total bust in Bishop Sankey. Although, when you're a second round pick and you're only a third round or third string guy, yeah, you're a bust. But at least maybe you can make the roster. So look out for that. We move on. Let's move outside of the rookie realm now. Let's talk about some of the veterans coming back. Dorial Green-Beckham had a hamstring to start these OTAs, a comeback healthy, and he's still having issues. Damn it. I mean, Dorial Green-Beckham, we've been through this. We just had Kenny Britt. We had Kenny Britt back in 2011, 2010. A guy that has so much potential, who size-wise has elite size and size speed combination, but just can't put it together on a football field. At least Dorial Green-Beckham doesn't have the off-field issues, although he did have them in college. Although at least he doesn't have the off-field issues in the NFL like Kenny Britt had. But again, you hear Mike Mueller saying he's thinking too much out there, and I see that. And, for a guy that you may look at him and say he's not that smart, he thinks too much while playing. I mean, dude, just go out there and play football, man. Just go out there, run your stupid routes, grab the stupid ball, and let's score some freaking touchdowns. People have been expecting Dorial Green-Beckham to be a #1 wide receiver, 1,000-yard wide receiver. I would calm down on these discussions, because we've been putting him on that #1 wide receiver position. Why? I mean, Rashard Matthews, I think it may actually end up being our #1. Kendall Wright, I still think they like more than Dorial Green-Beckham. I think Green-Beckham may still be our 3rd. And if Tajae Sharpe continues to get these good reps, he may be our 4th again. Again! The only reason Dorial Green-Beckham started last year was because everyone was injured and everyone else stunk, right? Now you got Rashard Matthews in there. You got Kendall Wright back healthy. You got Tajae Sharpe. All 3 of these guys could end up over Dorial Green-Beckham on the depth chart. Stop assuming that Dorial Green-Beckham is going to be the #1 great wide receiver for this football team, because he's still not putting it together. All right, Kendall Wright, though, he's looking good. Now, he gained 12 pounds, and I don't know why. Okay, he's sitting at 5'10". He was 183 last season. Now he's 195. I don't get it. But in OTAs, he's looked good. So fine, I'll believe it. But remember, his rookie season, he was a little chubby, right? He had a bad 40 for what we were expecting of him. Loses about 12 pounds after his rookie year. He says, I need to be a little quicker. He comes out, he is a little quicker. He damn near got 1,000 yards, or maybe he did get 1,000 yards actually. good. Maintained his weight but got injured last year, and I don't think he was very good. I've been on the record saying that. And then now he's gaining 12 pounds again. What? That doesn't make sense to me. He doesn't look that bad. I need to see him in terms of having a tight jersey on, but he's looked good. He's gotten some nice catches and all that. Hopefully he can actually learn to be a good route runner, and we'll see, because really, when you look at his Baylor film, you look at the film, you look at what he did with RG3, man, that guy was tremendous. I mean, in terms of just all the deep routes that this guy, had and caught, and all these goals and streaks and explosiveness, where is that? Because I haven't seen one play of that in his entire career. I don't know if that's on the offensive coordinator, that's on the quarterback, or that's on him. Someone designed that, because he caught at least 5 touchdowns from RG3 that final year in terms of streak goal patterns. Boom. I saw 5 of them. We haven't seen one. I can't believe it. Anyway, we move on. Quarterback, Marcus Mariota. Now, he's looked great. Of course, he always looks great. He's Marcus Mariota. Says he's working on the things that he needs to work on. I talked about in my Q&A a couple days ago or a week ago, whatever it was. Stop assuming. Now, I like Marcus Mariota a lot, but stop assuming he's going to be great, because we still need to see some things. Number one, 8 fumbles in 9 games, or how many games? 12 games. 8 fumbles in 12 games is bad. That is bad, 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 bad. And one day we're going to be in an AFC championship game or divisional game or wild card game or whatever, and when he gets 2 fumbles, I'm going to be pissed, and so should you. The deep ball was bad. It was bad, 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 bad. That's just the truth. And I wanted to defend, I did defend Marcus Mariota's deep ball coming out of college, because I saw it. He had a deep ball against California. He had a deep ball against Arizona. He had a deep ball against Oregon State, all in the 2014 season. I remember the exact games in my head. All of these games, he had a 40-plus yard deep ball. They were beautiful. They were fantastic. They were great. Not one last year, really. The only one I could think of, Dexter McCluster had about a 30-yard catch against the Indianapolis Colts once, and the Dorial Green Beckham play over the middle, right? But that was only about maybe 30 yards of actual air time. But, not enough of just sitting in there and just launching something, and we need that on our offense. We do, guys. It's important, and you need to keep the defense respecting that possibility, because if not, the free safeties, they're not going to care about, oh, well, he's already 30 yards past me. He's not going to throw it. Who cares? So it needs to be developed, and he says he's working on it. It looks good from what I've seen. Continue to work on it. Continue to improve, please. And also in terms of your fumbling, your pocket awareness, looking out for these guys, because, some of these sacks are on you, my friend. They are. A lot of them was on our offensive line. I agree with that assessment. But you still need to look out for, Jabal Sheard when he's about to take out your knee. You need to look out for him. You need to look out for Olivier Vernon. It'll keep you healthy. It'll reduce the fumbles. It'll reduce the sacks. And we'll all be a happy, happy family together. I mean, Phillip Rivers, for example, right? His offensive line's bad. It's been bad for decades. Really, it has. The thing is, he knows how to be so good in the pocket in terms of moving around and calling protections and adjustments. And I mean, come on, his offensive line's crap. He's had King Dunlap as his left tackle for 3 years. They get away with it. Why? Because Phillip Rivers knows what to do, even though he's ass. Marcus Mariota needs to develop that trait, and you'll see more success from him. DeMarco Murray has looked good. In fact, I've even heard he looked like the best player offensively next to Marcus Mariota. So assuming that he can actually, put in the effort on the football field come September, we should expect big things from DeMarco Murray this year. We'll see what the running back split is. Honestly, I think DeMarco Murray may end up with, I think 1,100 yards is not out of the question. And then Derrick Henry could get a 400, something around something like that. We'll see how that thing shakes up. But he looks good, so that's good. Byron Bell, out for the year. Season-ending injury. Can't remember what it was off the top of my head, the exact injury, but he's done. So, left guard, open. Who wants it? Quinn Spain started some games last year, wasn't very good. Jeremiah Patasi started some games at right tackle last year, wasn't really bad. You have Josue Matias, the undrafted free agent for Florida State last year. This is a guy I thought was going to go in the 5th round. He went undrafted. Look out for him in that competition. He is someone you should keep your eye on in terms of that left guard competition. And the draft pick out of Arizona State? No, out of Arizona, Sebastian Tritola, who he took in the 6th round, also in the mix for that left guard spot. We'll see how that thing shakes up. Whoever starts there isn't going to be good. Let's just face it. These names I just said aren't good players. We'll see what Sebastian Tritola can do on the next level. We don't know what he can do. But I'm not thrilled. The good thing is I don't think you need to have 5 out of 5 of your positions on your offensive line be great. I don't think you even need 4, or maybe you don't even need 3, because you look at who won the Super Bowl last year, the Denver Broncos. Yeah, they only had like 2 good offensive linemen last year, really. You don't need a great offensive line to be successful. You just need a good one. And I think even though our left guard will be a weakness, it will be. Hopefully it's the worst one. I think it will be. If there's one that's worse than that, we're in big trouble. Oh, really. But we'll see who starts. Whoever starts, though, I don't think it's going to be very good. All right, and then we finally end with just a slight comment on DeAndre Mount. He was the outside linebacker that we took last year in the 6th round out of Louisville. And he's coming back. He's healthy. Actually, no, he's not healthy. He says he's going to be 100% by training camp, but he's on the field doing some drills. I'm interested in him. Remember, the first game last year had a great, and I mean a great, interception on Jameis Winston in that game, and he may have had a sack as well, and then I think he got injured either in the 3rd or 4th game of the season. So I'm interested to see DeAndre Mount, get him back healthy. Let's see what he can do, because we have a lot of outside linebackers beyond Brian Orakpo and Derek Morgan who are unproven. Kevin Dodd, the 2nd round pick this year. You have DeAndre Mount here. We had Yannick Cujo Virgil, who we actually released. I'm very surprised actually that we released Yannick Cujo Virgil yesterday. I'm very surprised about that, because I thought he was gonna definitely make it until training camp, but I guess they didn't like what they saw in him. There was another guy last year, undrafted free agent, who also made some moves, but he got injured and never played. I can't remember his name right now. But we'll see how that depth shakes out there at that outside linebacker position. We're going to get after the quarterback, because I don't think our secondary is very good. I think Jason McCourty isn't as good as people wish he was. I think Parrish Cox stinks as an outside quarterback. I think Kalan Reed may do something, but man, our secondary is pretty bad. And Kevin Byard and Rashad Johnson, hopefully they'll hold down that free safety position, because I think our secondary is in trouble. I think the defensive line is definitely the strength of this defense. Angelo Blackson, I expect to step up in his 2nd year. I'm hearing good things about Austin Johnson, the 2nd round pick, 43rd pick overall, the nose tackle / defensive end. They're rotating those two. Daquan Jones is already good. Gerald Case is already good. So I think our defensive line is really the strength of this defense, especially if you want to consider those outside linebackers being on the defensive line in nickel packages and sub packages and whatnot. Definitely the strength of this defense. I think the linebacking core inside could be good. It was good last year. Why am I going into a whole positional breakdown? We don't need to do that. Anyway, so we'll see what DeAndre Mount can do on the field. I'm interested in him and seeing what he can do there. So there you go. That's just an OTA news roundup, if you will. Comment down below your current thoughts on the Tennessee Titans. And before you ask, no, I can't do this for your team. I like doing draft recaps for every team and preseason previews for every team. but I can't keep doing it, you know. So for the OTAs, I can't. Come on, guys, I can't. But I may do like a whole NFL OTA news thing. We'll see how that thing develops. If you guys like this video, I know a lot of Tennessee Titans fans follow me, watch this channel, so I just wanted to talk about them, and I enjoy talking about them, so why not? Until next time, James Corner TV, I'm out. Peace.